You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, and he brought some gifts.
Yes, he did.
Mr. Trey Chaney.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother?
What's
I'm
happening,
good,
my
man.
brother?
What's up with y'all, man?
You from
Y'all
Saints
good?
and Sinners?
Yes.
Now, for people who don't know about Saints and Sinners, explain to them what the show is.
Okay, man. Saints and Sinners. I'm actually be on our third season. It's Bounce TV's #1 show, and it's a TV show about it was placed in Cypress, Georgia, and it takes place at a Greater Hope Baptist Church, and all of the members that go to this church, they all like sinners. You know what I'm saying?
Like most churches all across America.
Isn't that why you're going to church to try to clear that up?
Nah, man, but I mean, the show, I play Kendrick Murphy. I play the son of Vanessa Bell Calloway and Clifton Powell, Lady Ellie, and Rex. And like I said, I mean, you think, when you watching all of these members in this church that everything is cool, but outside of the church, man, everybody is just anything you could think of, from corruption, murder, I mean, any type of, any negativity.
Sex.
Yeah, it's a lot of cheating going on in that joint too, man. So
Were you religious
and the pastor
growing up?
doing most of it.
yeah, you know what, man? I grew up like Charlamagne, man. I grew up a Jehovah's Witness.
Hey,
Yeah.
JW's in this bitch.
I grew
Did you get your mom a Mother's Day gift this year?
I get my Mother's Day gift every year.
You know, because
Exactly.
Charlamagne said he's not getting
See,
his
my
Mother's
motto is this, growing up, we didn't celebrate holidays.
Yeah,
we didn't
exactly.
celebrate birthdays. So on Mother's
Yeah.
Day, I need mom to keep that same
Plus,
energy.
Man,
you
I'ma
have
tell
great
you-
Mother's Day music, too.
I'm going to tell y'all like this, man. My mother and father, they kept me at that Kingdom Hall every Sunday, every Tuesday. But as I got older.
And Thursdays.
And Thursdays, yeah.
Yep.
As I got older, though, man, one thing I appreciate about my peoples, man, they didn't pressure me. I mean, my relationship with God is strong.
I wonder why so many Jehovah's Witness kids ended up in entertainment. Because, like Childish Gambino used to be one, Tiffany
Yeah.
Haddish, I think
Prince.
the Wayans brothers, Prince, Cat Williams,
Yeah.
I heard.
Well, I've been doing this, man. I started off as an R&B and hip hop dancer, which later led on to rapping. At the age of 8 years old, right here in New York City, man. I remember winning like 8 times at Showtime at the Apollo.
Really?
I got inspired by the homie Big Daddy Kane, who's still my OG.
I saw
to
you
this
posted
day.
a picture with you and Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, man. He hate when I post that picture on Throwback Thursdays, man. He like, man, you showing my age, but nah, man. Kane is
You
one of the
look like a
people.
little baby.
You know what I'm saying? Kane is one of the people, man, that really, took me serious as an artist. And, as the years went on, me performing in different venues around D.C. Matter of fact, I'm from Fordsville, Maryland, Washington, D.C. I rep D.C. till the day I die, you know what I'm saying? But I started, like, entering different shows, man. And, like, I want to say the age of 17, 18, that's when I was discovered by this lady named Linda Townsend. And she said, I want to represent you as an actor. And I was like, well, I ain't never acted before, you know what I'm saying? She said, okay, well, we can tell that you're not stage fright. Like, you getting up on stage and performing and remembering rhymes and different things of that nature. We just see that you probably can, remember a script. So, man, make a long story short, in 2001, The Wire was my first audition ever, first job I ever booked as an actor.
Wow.
First job.
So you were spoiled from then on. Every
Yeah.
other audition you went on and didn't get, you like, man, damn.
Man, let me tell you
And
something,
you made
man.
it through the wire, like, to the end.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm the last man standing on the wire. I didn't get killed. I got locked up in the show. I want to say that was around like second season or whatever. But
You got out, not like Weebay.
yeah, that's the homie right there. Shout out to Hassan, man. It's funny though, because with The Wire, I was only supposed to do the pilot. I was only supposed to have a couple of lines in the pilot. And later on, man, they just kept on, writing me in. And I became like this big recurring character on there, playing the role of Malik Pukar. And then from there, everything was, just popping. Like I said, that was my first experience. I ain't had no agent, no manager or anything like that. But one thing, when The Wire ended in 2008, that was like a crazy time for me because, like you said, man, after The Wire ended, it was like, okay, I'm going to move to L.A. I'm going to be this big star.
It's going to be on now.
And it ain't happened, that quick for me. So it was just like, I had a choice in 2008 when it ended.
You chewing gum? Yeah,
Yeah.
you just gonna let him chew gum like that, Yee?
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? He wasn't chewing that hard, but yeah, we're going to need
Now
you.
now I'm
you
chewing
go.
too hard.
How long did it take you to bounce back on your feet after The Wire?
Man,
Bounce.
after the Wire, man, it got crazy, man. Like I said, when it ended in 2008, I did another film. Shout out to Meek Mill. I did this film called Streets.
I remember that.
Hit BET a couple times.
That's
and,
when Meek had the braids.
Yeah, that's when Meek had the braids. And from that point, it was just a matter of me auditioning. And you know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting a lot of roles, so I started creating like my own content. I'm like, well, look, I'm going to leverage who I played on this HBO series because a lot of people around the world know who I am from this series, so I'm going to leverage that. So what I did was I wrote a book, this book called The Truth You Can't Betray, put it out, man, started getting like school tours to go around and speak to young people. Then I said, man, let me get right back into the music. I started recording music, shooting my own videos. Networks like BET, MTV, Revolt was, you know, picking my stuff up. And that kind of like, you know, sparked like an interest with my man George Pierre, the casting director over there, who's casting for Saints and Sinners.
How your family feel about you doing that, being that you did grow up, you know, you are a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah. Well, one thing, they never like really pressured me, you know, once I got older. I mean, I'm grown man with my own wife and kids, and like I said, my relationship, you know, with God, I just feel is a powerful relationship. I don't knock nobody or no religions. My family, like I said, I mean, me being grown and me being out their house, it's like that's what you was born to do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, my parents always, my whole family always supported everything.
But that show in particular, did you feel a little like, I got to tell them I'm doing this show about
you know what?
church?
My mom and dad, they actually knew when I went to the audition, and I told them, I said, you know, the character, he's this street cat from, you know, B More. He out there selling drugs, he cursing, he shooting guns, this and that. But I mean, once a couple of them checks started coming home, you know what I'm saying?
They were like, you doing good.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You know, I mean, I think they were just more proud that I was able to do something on my own.
Now, what about the music? You said you were from D.C.
Yeah.
And I know during the time when you were coming up, go-go was big, and that was the thing in D.C.
You think he a go-go artist?
No, I'm thinking go-go head. So he said he was a rapper. I wanted to know how.
Well, I love, man.
How'd you win the Apollo so many times?
Well, man, I mean, it was just like I said, man, when I was younger, I was just always watching different award shows, and I would see people like Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, MC Hammer. I could like mimic whatever they did, you know. But as far as growing up in D.C., go-go, man, you know, rest in peace to Chuck Brown. You know what I'm saying? We got big go-go artists, man. EU Backyard, my man Big G.
Junkyard.
Junkyard, Ray Essence. I mean, so many of them. So growing up in that city, man, it was just that's all we hear. I still, you know, any chance that I get, I don't live in DC no more. I live in ATL, but any chance that I get to go home, you know what I'm saying, I will hit.
So go and big girls is what you into?
Nah, man, I ain't into no big girls.
You come on now, growing up in DC.
I'm not into big girls, man. I mean, no, I don't got no problem. I don't have no problem with big girls. Don't get me wrong on that. But yeah, man, like I said, just growing up, you know, in DC, man, it was really that was the culture, you know, go-go. And you know, to see everything that Wale is doing, you know, people like Shy Glizzy.
Well, people don't understand it. People don't really get it. The only reason I even got it is I went to school in Hampton, Virginia, and there was so many people from D.C. that went there as a DJ. You had to play go-go music. You had
Most
to learn
definitely.
it.
You still do.
Yeah, you still do. Yeah, you still do.
Yeah.
Now, what was your rap name?
My rap name is Trey Chaney.
Oh, okay, what's your name?
Yeah, I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never changed it, man, because I'm like, I mean, I'm making honest music. I'm giving, you know, people, you know, my life in this music. And actually, man, I just dropped an album. It's called Sam, strictly about music. I shot 7 videos off the album. And, you know, I'm just continuing to, you know, push the envelope on that. And now with Saints and Sinners, like I said, being like the #1 show on Bounce TV, #1 show on Sundays, beating out all other networks. I'm in a blessed situation right now. It just showed, man, I never gave up, and I focus on, you know, working hard and staying committed to the craft.
You know what I like about Saints and Sinners too? It's like it don't matter what platform good shows are on nowadays. People just will go find the good content.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and with Bounce being, you know, Bounce is not up there with like the NBCs or the Fox or whatever. But as far as Bounce, I mean, the fan base is crazy. You talking, you know, 1.2-3 million viewers on this show. And then, you know, even when people, you know, you might hear some people say, well, I don't have Bounce. You know, this app, brownsugar.com, you know, is created to where they can watch all the seasons at, because we actually on 3rd season right now.
What do you think? Is it word of mouth or what?
Yeah, man, it's word of mouth.
Yeah,
it's definitely word of mouth for a show like Saints and Sinners. And then, like I said, some of the actors and actresses that we got on it, Demetri McKinney, you know what I'm saying? My man J.D. Williams, who played Bodie on The Wire, he's a regular on there with me. And like I said, Clifton Powell.
He been here before, right? J.D.
man.
He hates the Breakfast Club, by the way.
He does? What?
Yeah, he tweets. I've seen him tweet like real negative stuff, like we we're like Fox News, and yeah, he hates us.
What'd you do to J.D. Williams?
I don't know. God bless the brother.
Man, I never heard JD say that he hated the Breakfast Club.
I didn't know that.
I actually told him I was doing the Breakfast Club, and he was like, "Bro, that's a big look."
He's been up here, I think, like twice.
Yeah.
I say he always hangs out with me in the club.
I always see all my homies from the Wire up here. I seen Jamie Hector.
What's his Twitter?
Yeah.
Wood
Actually,
Harris.
I'm hosting with Jamie Hector, his Moving Mountains Foundation.
Yeah,
I'll be
man.
hosting
Shout out
his
to Jamie.
charity event that's happening next month in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, those are the homies, man. As far as like the Wire cast, man, we were all just like family. I mean, we still are. Anytime, we get a chance to see each other.
Here.
Oh yeah, definitely. Michael B. Jordan, of course. I always get hit with the question, man, what was it like to shoot Michael B. Jordan's character Wallace off the Wire? I'm like, man, that was definitely a tough situation. I mean, we knew that Michael B. Jordan was special, man, from the jump, though. I mean, he definitely had his acting chops all the way together.
Yeah, I heard he
back
still
then.
has a grudge against you for that.
Dang, I didn't hear that.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say, I ain't hear that. I need to holler at him about that. I ain't hear it.
But we are actually going to be together this weekend, too, at Bowie State University.
Yeah. Me, you, T.I., Quicksilver, the Cover 360, the Be Official management group is hosting it. And just, really going around to do these, inspire the youth and, just tell them that they can go for their dreams and different things like that.
And you also already did your autobiography.
I've been about
what?
a week in looking at his thing. He ain't saying that.
week.
When did he say this, that he ain't F with the Breakfast Club?
You guys,
He
can
said
we
it
finish
around the
with
Mooney time.
Trey Chaney? We're talking about his
Yes.
autobiography now.
Well, no, I'm doing
And
a
inspiring people.
I just got finished doing a documentary, and the name of it is called Undeniable: The Trey Chaney Story. And what it was I wanted to, step in the producer's chair and just really give the people, young people as well as adults, something to say, okay, he never gave up, so I don't have to give up. Strive for your dreams. And I end up getting testimonials from Big Daddy Kane, Clifton Powell, Anwan Big G Glover, Vanessa Bell Calloway, J.D. Williams.
Oh, yeah, he did say that.
I know that.
Keith Robinson.
Yeah, he
and,
did.
You guys,
Yeah, he did.
can
My
he
bad.
finish talking?
Y'all want to hear about my documentary?
Damn, y'all are rude as hell.
And I'm gonna need some testimonials from y'all, man.
right.
It's
I
a
got
big
you,
deal
I
for
got
me,
you.
man.
Right,
Being
my
on
bad,
Breakfast
son.
Club,
You're right.
man.
Can you talk about that in 1 second? Let him finish.
Sorry.
Yeah, but nah, man. My documentary, Undeniable: The Trey Chaney Story, is really it's gonna be something powerful. I got a couple of different networks interested in it, and we're gonna see where it goes. Soon as I get the green light, I'm coming to the Breakfast Club first, man.
That's important because a lot of people think once you're in a big show like The Wire, you're set. But they don't know how much work goes into making sure.
Everybody on that show had to work to get back in a position.
And
Idris Elba, Michael B. Jordan, Mac Wild, all of them.
I mean, it literally, like I said, man, when it ended in 2008, I didn't get casted for Saints and Sinners until 2015.
Right.
But the grind just never slowed up. Like I said,
you still were doing roles.
Yeah, I got in the streets, man. I touched the people. I created my own films. Me and my brother, man, we was out in the streets of D.C. on 12th and F, you know what I'm saying, near the Warner Building. We was selling out the trunk of the car. And I mean, a lot of people was just like, man, what are you doing out here, selling your own product? But at the end of the day, that was the way to go. That was the way to really touch the people and to like revamp my whole situation and recreate it. Like I didn't even have an agent up until Saints and Sinners. After the second season, it's the third season. I'm just getting the agent.
You said Vanessa Bell Calloway and Clifton Powell were the ones that encouraged you to get
an
agent?
Well, Clifton is the reason why I have an agent now. He referred me to a great agent out there in Atlanta. And, they really like took me under their wing. Once you get, held with that responsibility, I play their son. So, I mean, looking at them every day, man, show up to work on time and not really miss a line. I had to step my whole acting game up, and they was really there, man, to really support. And they still support.
I want to see a Wire documentary.
Oh man,
there's certain shows I want to see broken down. Like I love In Living Color. I want to see In Living Color documentary. I want to see the Wire documentary because think about it. Over time, people are saying The Wire is the best TV show ever. Think about that.
Yeah, most definitely,
but
man.
during the time, it was like no type of marketing for it, really. No.
And you know what? Social media wasn't where it was now.
Right.
Social media, I mean, because it's funny because when The Wire did a marathon, that's when, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that was just really, really lighting up. And I mean, we gained a whole new fan base. Now it's like back then when it was on from 2002 to 2008, I mean, we all, got shows, got recognition and things like that. But now it's like bigger than ever. I can't.
Right, it's bigger after.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, I will never escape the name Poop. I mean, people walking up to me like every day like, Poop from The Wire. And I'm like, okay.
Is you still getting Poop pussy though?
He's married.
Oh, my bad. Damn, my fault.
Charlamagne, I've been married, man, going on 14 years,
there
man.
You go.
I got 2 kids, man. My son is 12, my daughter's 25.
Damn.
And,
25?
Yeah, me and my wife, we started young. It's like, I'm just playing, man. Put it this way, when I met my wife.
You look like you barely.
Check it out. When I met my wife 14 years ago, I met my 8-year-old daughter. And, once me and my wife got serious and
that became your daughter.
We got married.
Gotcha.
I not only did I make a vow to my wife, but I made a vow to my daughter to never ever consider me her stepfather.
That's dope. See,
regardless of whatever circumstances going on with your biological father. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that whenever you marry somebody or you're with someone and they have kids, those are your kids. And
Most definitely.
They should feel like that is my father, that is my mom. It should never feel like something different.
And then another thing too, man, like as far as, growing up in D.C., me and my wife, came to the conclusion that it was really time for change. So we just literally, packed up all of our stuff and moved to Atlanta. Just because I was already shooting a show out there, but I didn't want to get content after first and second season. Saying I got to leave my wife and my kids 5 to 6 months at a time.
Right.
True.
So, the cost of living out ATL.
Cheaper.
It's great, you know what I'm saying? And then the work for us, man, as far as acting and music and everything that's just going on out there is constantly moving. So ATL has embraced me. I've been on the road, man, for probably like the past week and a half, 2 weeks, just doing press for, you know what I'm saying, Saints and Sinners. So I was able to go back home to DC.
You tweeting that you missed
seeing
your wife and kids.
I miss seeing my wife and kids, most definitely.
Explain to people like that don't know the importance of an agent, because there's a lot of people out there that are trying to get into acting and they always say, you got to get an agent. What is the importance of your agent? What does your agent do if they don't know?
Well, from my experience, like I said, when I got The Wire all the way up into the second season of Saints and Sinners, I didn't have an agent. So the auditions that I was getting was just off of, the little relationships that I had.
That you heard, right?
Yeah, that I had. And but an agent is exposing me to more opportunities. Like, I might not have known that such and such was casting for this movie or trying to, cast for this TV show, anything of that nature. So now my agent is just moving me around in the circles that when I walk in the casting rooms now, it's like, oh, Trey, you're back. Like, you know, I mean, because I was gone for a minute, just with The Wire ending, and I was, doing the regular independent movies. But now with the agent, and then with, me being a regular on Saints and Sinners, it's like, okay, now I'm getting in those rooms, finally getting in those rooms to audition and read for these roles.
Most agents don't do shit, especially if you don't already got your name up.
Well, look,
it's better when you got your name up.
Absolutely,
already.
It's definitely better when you got your name up. I mean, and that, like I said, the management team that got me The Wire. After that, I mean, like I said, my career was just, I had to regroup, I had to reevaluate. But my agent, actually, man, Joy Purvis, they pretty much they getting me in front of who I need to get in front of.
What agency you with?
Joy Purvis, JPTA,
okay.
Yeah, talent agency. So they've been getting me in front of a lot of different, getting me in those rooms, man, and really. And then, like I said, off of the relationship with every producer, director in the industry, it's all based off of, okay, we know who you are, we know your work. It's all based off of the right role. I mean, because that's what I hear a lot. They like, I mean, okay, yeah, you might have read for this 3-4 times, but it wasn't the right fit. Like, I mean, and that's how things sort of like been happening for me with, even when I got The Wire, when I did the movie Streets with Meek Mill, when I got Saints and Sinners, I was offered Saints and Sinners. Like, I didn't have to audition.
Oh, that's dope.
So
that's
I was like, man, that was a blessing. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
because you got a name.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. I feel you.
I love my agency now. I've been with 3. This one I'm with now is great.
Yeah,
really good. Now let me ask you this: was there a period of time when you were trying to, after The Wire ended, and you were feeling maybe a little bit discouraged? Mm-hmm. Was there a period of time that it made it rough? Because I know sometimes when things aren't happening the way that we want them to, sometimes we feel a little bit like, God, is this even gonna happen for me?
Let me tell y'all, man.
Was that a strain on your relationship too?
Oh man, yeah, it was a strain on my relationship. When it ended in 2008, and I say this because I was so focused on chasing everything else, chasing this entertainment business. I gotta hurry up and get another role. I gotta hurry up and get a movie, a TV show. I gotta do music. And the strain on me and my wife's relationship, that was like maybe our 5th or 6th year of marriage, 2009 going into 2010, and I wasn't focused on my wife and my kids. I wasn't focused on my family. I remember I packed up and moved to LA. I told my wife, I'm like, look, I gotta go to LA.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I'll be back. And I was out there for like 2 or 3 months, and coming back, the strain, man, my wife separated for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it wasn't like no cheating. It was nothing like that. It was just We had a conversation. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. My focus was on so many other things.
Right.
And then I came home one day and I was like, we not getting along, and I think I should leave. And she said, yeah, I think you should too. So it was that easy.
Yeah, because it's hard mentally, I would think.
Yeah.
You know, for you, it's probably
absolutely.
hard mentally when you're like, this isn't happening the way I want it to happen. And then maybe she wasn't feeling as supportive because she
Yeah.
wants you home.
Most definitely.
And she doesn't see it. And she's like, we got to think of a plan B as a practical person.
And that was, and I always tell my wife, we kind of like called each other's bluff, because the whole argument for that 1 year, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? But then I think me actually leaving and me like getting on my hustle and really like, you know, going out there and going for what I know. Like I said, standing out in them streets, man, getting everything that I needed to get. Like a year later, you know what I'm saying? My wife called me one night and she was like, "What are we doing?" It was funny because I moved next door to my wife. Yeah, I mean,
What do you mean next door?
When I moved
What a
out,
waste of money.
when I moved out, my sister said, "Trey, I'm getting an apartment and I need a roommate." I'm like, "All right." She said, "But the only place is near your wife. It's next door, the next building, in our apartment building." So I moved out.
Damn right.
So I moved out of our apartment. I moved next door, and every morning for 1 year, me and my wife, we would argue, cuss each other out over the phone. But I would see her and my son walk out to take him to school. My son, to this day, he still doesn't know that we were separated.
Wow.
You like the old man on the Shy who bought the house right next to the trap house.
Right.
He was spying on the trap house all day long.
Hey man, shout out to the Shy, man.
Love
man,
it.
Lena. Oh my
What
God.
up, Lena?
Jason, man, that show is
Love that
deep.
show,
I
yeah,
love that
absolutely.
show,
Right.
man. Most definitely.
But
Well, tell
another
her what
reason
it
I was going to say, another reason I thought it might be hard was because during the time when y'all first got married, she was used to you working too and having this recurring role. And then all of a sudden now it's like different because now
Yeah.
you're trying to figure out.
One thing about wifey though, man, when she like when we met, it was like The Wire was just getting ready to begin. I mean, she knew that I was in the entertainment business just from, you know, our local area in DC, just from me making the news and different things like that for the music and the dance and stuff. But she was like, we met at a time where we both like seen everything go up together.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Because you were home because you were working.
I was
So,
home.
Yeah.
You know, bumps in the road. We seen everything, and then we seen me have practically nothing.
Right.
You know, so and then it was like I
It wasn't
said,
her, it was you. You probably were insecure. You were sensitive about everything that was going on.
as a man, you know what I'm saying? Because we
Absolutely, you are.
providers, man. You know what I'm saying? And we
Protect
like,
and provide,
we
that's the only
protective, man. And it's all about, like I said, once I started focusing on more on my family,
Right.
that's when everything
Because
started
people
coming
think
to me.
that women leave because, the money's gone. But it's really because the men act different because they feel.
And that's the conversation me and her had. Well, we never get into the past, but she's like, I mean, you came home and asked me, should I leave? Like, I think I should leave. I think I should go.
Right, because you felt terrible about it.
Because I felt
Yeah.
funny, and she was like, well, if that's what you want to do. But then that was the argument. Like, well, why did you leave? And I'm like, well, why did you let me leave?
Why
You
didn't
didn't
stop
want her.
me?
You wanted her
I
to be
wanted-
like, "No, I'm here for you, baby."
You wanted her to be like,
I'm
"No,
gonna be
don't
honest with
leave."
I'm gonna be honest with
It
you.
was the cockroach and Theo thing.
I'm gonna be honest
Go
with
dance.
you. I told her, I said, if we could have had sex like before I left, I wouldn't have left. Because everything
God.
stopped. I'm telling you, I told her that.
You
I
did all
said,
that to try to get some pussy.
no, but I said if we would have did that, I wouldn't have left. And she like, I don't get what you're talking about.
I don't get what you're
But
talking
at
about
the
either.
same time, I said, you know
You
what?
wanted to feel desired and wanted and needed.
Exactly. And like I said, I was going down this path and I wasn't focused on what's more important. And that's why I think now, you know, us going into 14 years of marriage is like, now I understand. I mean, my family is my focus. And that's how all the other things
Absolutely.
continue to come.
Did you sleep with other women when you was separated?
I had some friends or whatever, but it wasn't, you know, nothing serious.
Just some head here and there.
It wasn't nothing serious, Charlamagne. Yeah, I already know. I know what time it is for
Don't get
Charlamagne.
jammed up.
I
Just
know what
lie.
time it is.
No, I didn't.
Well, tell them where they can see Saints and Sinners.
Man, every Sunday, 9 p.m. on Bounce TV, y'all can see Saints and Sinners, and also on brownsugar.com. And make sure y'all get my album too, man. Sam, strictly about music.
Oh, yeah, that's what this is about
Man,
because music is your first love. We can
Yeah,
never
man.
forget
Shout out
that.
to Double XL, Karen Civil, Bossip, you know what I'm saying, Vibe, Source. They've been supporting me, man. Every video I drop. I mean, and they don't just grab it. You know, they really look at the content because I'm putting a lot of hard work into it.
Nice,
And I'm-
positive music.
Yeah, most definitely. And I'm just happy. I'm honored to be here.
All right.
All right, now that we
Appreciate
finished, can you
for
just tell
joining
me
us.
what J.D. Williams said? I didn't want to interrupt. What did he say about us?
I said we was like Fox News.
Okay.
He had a few harsh tweets to say.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man, shout out to JD Williams. That's my brother, man. He was
didn't
happy
know.
that I was coming up here.
I ain't got no issue with him.
Nah, I ain't got no issue with him either.
I just hope he don't got nothing to promote on the Breakfast Club soon.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Because I want him to have that same energy. All right?
All right.
Don't go to Fox News. Don't come to the Breakfast Club.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. It's Trey Chaney.